afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero, Sect Defender of the Fatherland, your Lord and Master, your one guide in the darkness. That is the second millennium, third millennium? Anyways, lots of darkness, possibly lots of war down the road. We're off here to a 2 vs 2 on rails and metals. In the south, we got Nosliw and Rutra fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, Comrade Stalin, and the will of the Soviets, rolling out here with the 5th Mechanized Corps, tasked with shattering the way through the fascist lines and make a highway to Berlin. In the north, we got Helpinghans and Youwill not see this coming. Ha ha ha. I'm just going to call him Jürgen because that is not something you're going to quickly be able to roll off all the time unless you're an auctioneer. And I'm not. So, Jürgen and Helpinghans here fighting for the German army, with Deutschland forming up the Sperrverbände von Sauchen, tasked with holding this vital road and ensuring it doesn't become a highway to Berlin on Autobahn. We got elite troops, lightning war and joint operations, Blitzkrieg, Jaeger infantry and Jaeger armor versus shock rifle, armored assault, mechanized support, Gart rifle, armored assault tactics and mechanized support. So a lot of mechanized support and armored assault there, certainly both armored assault has been popular. Mechanized support seems to be getting a bit more popular as of late. As for the Germans, bit of mix of this and that, though reasonably all popular doctrines here. Jaeger infantry, Jaeger armor, I've seen a lot of uses lately. Blitzkrieg always handy, and of course joint operations sees some units with his lightning born elite troops, well, less elite troops to see some usage here. In the east we got Rutra advancing aggressively here with conscripts heavy builds, and similarly Nosliw is going for conscript builds here, so they're both going to just churn out as much infantry to assail the fascists, overwhelm them. Noting here though that Helpinghans and Jürgen are working together here in the west with their grenadiers and the MG42s trying to stall the Soviet tide. In this case, Helpinghans pretty much sort of figuring it's not going to be worth to rush here. I mean, he could, but he'd probably just, lose a lot of men, not gain much ground. Whereas he can support his teammate here, they're more likely to make good progress here. Then they can sort of swing towards the east as a rush, and then are forced to deal with that. Plus, I mean, it's not like they can do a ton here, except of course theoretically flank up here and do some damage there. But most players are never going to do that, ever. But there you go, comes caught here, but the MG42 Hans lays down there with the full fury of the fatherland, trying to lay down a lot of sandbags. Is not a bad idea at all, but Nosliw, I mean, it makes it easy to fight here, defend here. So in this case, the MG42 there from Helpinghans was for there, and now of course as that is happening, he then strikes. And of course this is some good misdirection. The old 1-2. I'm striking you from another angle. In this case, he might have been a bit too fast, but he hadn't actually drawn in Rutra from it. But still, he had to assist Jürgen here instead of pushing forward to. But Nosliw has laid down a lot of sandbags, though obviously not all of them came to fruition. Gonna do something up here in the east, so some already intense action in the first few minutes of the game. We got barbed wire up here to deny cover to the Bolsheviks, making it easy, of course, for Jürgen to fight alongside Helpinghans. There you go, pushing forward to cover the machine gun, though. Without the defenders being suppressed, this is a little less of an amazing move. They aim with the pioneers, but still, Jürgen believes he can do it. Oh, bit of a mistake there. Popping out into the open in front of the machine gun there. They're trying to deal with the flank and forgot about the machine gun. Nice play there by Jürgen. Less well played there by Nosliw, sending all of his conscript squads running away. Tails tucked between their legs. Yeah, I think that now. Anyways. Behind whatever. Take up there for Hansi. Helpinghans to this, and for Jürgen, we got an action going on there. We got engineers being pushed back. Down here, Max Mats and Nosliw is going to support and company, and might see some mortars as well. They would be quite helpful here. Medics up for Rutra, beyond that, going for nothing else. Otherwise, we got push up here, and now trying again. Oh, he actually is going to do it. He's going to be one of those few who actually tries to flank about the strong German position here. Nice play. Sandbag, spark, wire. Hans is basically just preparing the battlefield ahead of time. He's just sticking in and ensuring that when an attack comes, it's going to be pretty difficult for the Russians to gain any sort of good progress. But Rutra, of course, is already shown to be a clever bastard, and he's trying to outmaneuver them here, ignoring the strong front here and basically sort of getting around it. Nice play there by Rutra. Nice play, but MG42 once more saves the day as Hans shows himself to be a fluid player in the usage of the MG42, and when it comes to the Wehrmacht, using MG42 fluidly is really important. So nicely played there by Helpinghans. Rutra also going to support company and also going for Maxims. More out there for Nosliw, pushing up here. Of course, they will find well-prepared German positions ready to resist the Bolshevik invader. But Nosliw here outflanking, making a big push. We got Telemarks up here, but Jürgen here has already seen from Noslew's plans. At least he's anticipated them. And sadly, Boris ruins the entire plan by shooting away, giving away the position of the machine gun, halting the entire assault. Oh, better luck next time, Nosliw. In the centre, we've got the Max, they're pushing forwards, but again, pushing through heavily dug in. Germans is not to say what's going to do the best. He's trying to pull back. Jürgen, of course, going to reposition machine guns to be able to resist this. At the same time, the Pioneers ensuring he doesn't sneak up there. Probably also reasoning why I kept it here, because the Pioneers would essentially act as a tripwire, so he wouldn't get surprised. But there you go, pulling up further. Noslyw's going further up north. We'll have to see if someone this time again gives it away, or what happens here. Max being forced to fall back here as Jürgen and Helpinghans and the Sperrverband von Sauken moves ahead, and there you go, flanking up behind there. Actually successful pulling off. The nice work by Nosliw. And there you go, pops into the house, but there you go, realise he's not going to go for it, it's going to just keep pursuing. Very good, going for the fuel pull, netting him with the sandbags. Nice work, they almost got the M42, consequence what they could have joined in. Bit of missed opportunity, I think, there by Nosliw. Then again, he's got a lot to manage, I guess, but there you go, getting another consequence moving there. Machine gun down to half health, going to use popping into the house. Down here, Rutra continues to defend and pressure there, but in the centre, Jürgen is just rolling through into the south, going for the cuff points there. Nice play by Jürgen, even though he's losing control there, he still realises there's other things he can do, which of course is also counterattack. So yeah, in the end, didn't pop well out there fully for Nosliw. Had I think of that conscript squad joining in there, he probably could have gotten the MD42, but sadly forgot about it. Missed opportunity here, and in this case, Rutra barely saves the cuff on there, I think, from Jürgen. Flampans back out there for Helpinghans, getting ready to cook up some rations. Up here, medic bunker on the way there for Hans. Jürgen has protected up, he's yet to build anything. Might be he's planning a tier 3 rush, that is very much a possibility. Back here, reinforcement healing, field on the way there for Nosliw. Rutra's already gone for one, and they always got Maxims and mortars, so very much mirrored builds, though no sign of adoption yet there from either Nosliw or Rutra. Otherwise, they can actually, I think, get away with rushing up fast for some fast descents and put some pressure on the fascists, on the Hitlerite scum. And go field number bounding into positions, Mortar Crew calls also join in. Almost collapsing near the defences that Hans had so dutifully prepared. My god, and I just laid down to the sandbags not even 10 minutes ago, and those Russians blow them up. Vandals. Smoke's from down there to prepare for the assault. Nice work there by Rutra, nice work. Not quite fully executed well in terms of timing, but still, I like it, I like it. Nosliw moving up, he's still pressing on the left side. We can see there we've got an advanced position up here from Jürgen, in this case, acting as, I think, as a tripwire more than anything, just alerting to anything happening here on the left flank. Because they're not going to be able to fight efficiently from that house, but it means, you know, you cancel the spot things, you know, have some time to react in time. You've seen a quick reposition there. Jürgen, Hans Bauer here, displaying some really good teamwork, fluently reacting to threats here and there, and just shifting about. Nice teamwork here. And Hans now taking advantage of here to sneak up on the right flank. Having not gone that, in fact, the entire match, it's certainly, you know, a bit of blind spot, so suddenly sneaking out there once everything's going on in the centre west. There is a clever move there by Helpinghans. Thumbs up. Going for the point here, smokes down the front lane before 2-2-2 on the way there for Jürgen, and a T-Sim on the way there for Rutra. So I imagine Noslyw's going to go for T-Sim as well soon. Or he could of course try and rush ahead. But there you go, Hans' deep flank continues on the far right. In the centre right, Rutra and Noslyw's position remains, but they are under pressure here from the Germans in the west. Nosliw is slowing down a bit. Also noting here, machine gun bagger up to help defend, freeing up resources to fight elsewhere. Very good play there by Jürgen. Machine gun bagger on the right place is a very nice touch, so good work there. North here, we've got the Maximus of the MD42, is going to need some mortar barrages there, I think, to flush out, or smoke screen with some infantry. And there you go, T-70 up for Rutra. Nosliw, it seems like, is not at least going for it yet. But he should be able to go for one soon. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure what he's planning for, except a fast T-34, which wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Well, looks like he got a bit delayed. I'll wait to finish now. Can go for the T-70. He could also go for the Issue 6M to help deal with vehicles, which wouldn't be entirely bad either. Helpinghans and Jürgen should be able to take up soon and push for armour. Fighting here is intense. Victory point was a nice lead there for Helpinghans and Jürgen and the Sperrverband von Sauken. So named after Dietrich von Sauken, a East Prussian aristocrat and very much career officer. Also one of the few men who could intimidate the Führer. That was even after the assassination plot. So Little fun fact there. T-70 getting the Indy 42, causing quite some damage with the squad family gun, almost wiping out the entire crew. Counterpilot gun's going to just got the Suzu blasting away there. Nice push here in the east. Things are still a bit of a stalemate here between the German army and the Red army. Maxim covering the road here, preventing pushes there from infantry. And he got Nosliw with the T-70 as well, so if they can get those T-70s going, they can do some serious damage there to the Germans. As long as, of course, they don't ram straight into artillery mine or some anti-tank guns. Other which, of course, is going to be a big game over for those light tanks. A mortar fire there, just racing across the centre. Nosliv's already closing in Infantry 2 with 2 kills. Minesweepers they have been procured, but they're not anywhere close. Oh dear, he might just hit that telemine. The way he's taking that T-70, that of course is going to be huge for Jürgen, because that's going to be an amazing telemine. There goes falling back orderly. He's trying to bait in Nosliw. Does Nosliw take the bait? He does! Oh! Oh, and loses several conscripts in the process, but the T-70 is down. Nice work there by Jürgen. Nosliw calling another T-70, indicating he's not rushed to push for medium armor. Either way, that is a great development there for Jürgen, seeing that ruined. In the east, we've got Grenadiers, MD-42s, all that moving about. Flammpanzerwagen on the move again once more for Helpinghans. Hasn't done a lot so far, but still has done something. And we got Hansley's taking up here. Well, Episode's going to try for tier 4 rush. He's just going to stick to the medium armor. Maximum out there, and they're getting blasted with light machine gun, a machine gun fire there. Forcing us to fall back. We've got a fuel cache up here for Rutra to help them pull ahead in terms of armor. Good move, good move. No caches up there for the Germans as of yet. And we got the first doctoral choice here. It is Nosliw Mechanized Support. Some guardsmen, but actually doing a lot of good. Plus, I mean, there's potentially the option for some bombing strikes down the road if you can call them in the right timing. In the centre, going straight for the Company 9 to tank grenades up for Rutra to help deal with this fascist automated vehicle of death, auto-motorized. Anyways, munitions cache up as well, so they got fuel and munitions cache up for Rutra. That's a lot of manpower sun being spent on, well, not combat essentials right away. And I don't think it's a bad thing he's going for them. I do feel like the timing though between the two caches is maybe a bit too short, but we'll have to see how that works. So either way, Rutra and Nosliw will be getting a lot of fuel and munitions compared to their opponents a bit. Field gun there, pushing back the Flammpanzerwagen. T-70 up the fascists there. We got the Pack 40 being held forward by Helpinghans' men. Back here, nothing further happening for Rutra and neither for Nosliw. Pushing for that victory point again. 7-1 is being held furiously by the German army. Pack-footed Pioneers going to DSC. Supplement Corps yet to be built for Hans. He's actually going for tier 4. And, well, now Jürgen is taking up as well. But yeah, tier 4 rush is likely going to result in a Sturmpanzer 4 there from Helpinghans. And so as things are looking, that should be very possible. So that's going to require some extra tank weapons here from the rations. Otherwise, they do risk being overwhelmed. But the German players have yet to choose a single doctrine, and the Rutra remains also a bit aimless. There we go. T-70 is doing some heavy damage to the Grenadiers here in the trench. Soundly's not finding enough cover there. That's against the 45mm gun and the coaxial machine gun of this tiny terror tank. In the west, seemingly setting up for an assault. He's probably not ready for the machine gun bunker. I don't think he's sort of realised it's there yet because he hasn't gotten that far again. So a big assault there could actually be great for Jürgen. Of course, it's going to be giving away the position, but it's going to wrap all of his forces. I look like he's creeping ahead. He's digging in. Very slow, steady approach here from Nosliw. Actually, that's a really good idea. Give some sort of room to sort of slightly just hop along. Or leapfrog along from position to position, slowly exploring the enemy's positions and whatnot, ensuring they don't, say, run into a machine gun bunker. Jürgen now going for fuel cache. That's a really good idea for them, of course. Really good idea. Nice work there. T-70 change to the Pack 40 up north on the ridge. And also right here, which I completely missed. Nice work behind the double Pack 40, of course, does involve some risks, but certainly makes it much easier to actually stall for a heavy Panzer Corps and possibly that Sturmpanzer, or even a Panther if it feels like it. Meanwhile, Gartner fighting in the centre for their very lives, their very existences. against Jürgen and his men. Garson could pop a nice grenade in the west. We get a bit of a standoff here. Defending the victory point there. Heavy panzer being set up there by Helpinghans. Grabbing the victory point here down in the base of Rutra. Nothing further happening. Mechanized armor company would be great. So it would be for Nosliw, and there you go. Do believe we get that going on there. Was it? It might have been queued up though. Considering there's nothing else happening. You probably set this pioneers to repair and then shift clicked the order, which is with shift holding you down. If you order something out, it gets queued up behind whatever you ordered next. Little tip there for those not aware of it. And you can of course shift queue, well, build orders as well. So you can repair something and queue up. You can also do the same with retreats though. You gotta press the button rather than trying to press the hotkey. If you do the hotkey, it just automatically retreats. But if you sort of press the retreat button, you can essentially have someone grab the point and just had it queued up so to retreat afterwards. Neat little trick there, just figured I'd mention. We got the Jaeger command squad standing about here. And there we go, hat shift queued up the mechanized armor company. Nice bit of management there by Rutra. Nothing yet there from Nosliw. Helpinghans is the first round player there, of course, with the Jaeger Infantry. The Jaeger command squad, of course, being quite helpful. 5-man squad with double D for the fees, very potent. And of course, T for the few building companies also being helpful for them in the offensive. Ambush camouflage, also the machine guns, very nice. They would benefit a lot here from incendiary prison rounds. Nosliw going for more gasping here against the fascists. In the centre, we got a slow push. West side, not seeing much pressure. They might be a bit paranoid about telemines, which is why I'm sending the T70 there. Though we got more here from Jürgen. And Rutra is going for the Katyusha rocket launch, and that would try and blast his way through Helpinghans. I mean, he's got a lot of supporting weapons, a lot of infantry, so Katyusha, of course, would be great, though. It does mean once the Sturmpanzer hits, Rutra's not going to have an amazing set of responses to it. I mean, he's got one field gun. That's it. There's certainly high potential that's going to end up hurting Rutra quite a bit, and might require some assistance from Nosliw. And there we go, Jürgen goes for joint operations. Calling in immediate artillery support here in support of Hansen's attack into the eastern area. Nice coordinated play there between Jürgen and Helpinghans again. Very nice work. Slow pressure here. Nosliw could be forced to abandon this salient here to support Hans in the east at this rate. Well, Hans, but against Hans, they support Rutra. And there you go. Sturmpanzer Fiat for Helpinghans. Flamethrower here moving in aggressively, but so far not allowing the tank to stop it. Since Rutra did lose his field gun. Katyusha is ready, but will it be enough? Hans quickly sort of taking up positions, ready to repulse any assaults, and there he goes, spotting the field cache and destroying it. Nice work there by Helpinghans. Really terrible there for Rutra. Katyusha fire raining down, doing some damage, but as soon as the Sturmpanzer arrives, Rutra should be aware he actually might have made the wrong choice there. And we got a heavy panzer caught rush with a Sturmpanzer as well for Jürgen, so that's double Sturmpanzer force versus the Russians, who's got between them one field gun. Nosliw is getting the only selection taken up, so he might actually be stalling now for the ISU 152. I would say though, that might be a bit silly since they're still 6 command points away from that. And he's going to be flooding a lot of fuel in the meanwhile and other resources. So I'm not a huge fan of that move there by Nosliw. I mean, he's a good player, so he probably can make it work. But it's going to be pretty risky, and it's going to give the Germans some pretty serious choices there. What? Rutra's going for mechanized support as well. So they got double mechanized support, meaning potentially double ISU 152s. Gott im Himmel. Rutra, of course, is going to be some time off there because he's going for issue 5, so he has to. And honestly, Nosliw probably should consider one as well as some T-34, so probably doing better here, where again it's just sort of a standoff situation. There you go. Showing the Sturmpanzer. Cover crumbling in there for the Gaspman. T-34, I think, hits the tree or wall. I'm not entirely sure which one it hit, but it definitely did not hit the Sturmpanzer. But there you go. Nice hit before they're being forced to retreat in the face of the Sturmpanzer Fiat and its 150mm cannon. Fixing up the Sturmpanzer. We got the HE5 tank shot here for Rutra. That's going to be doing great here versus Hans's flame throw a half tank and possibly the Sturmpanzer. If you can catch it, and there you go, machine on the fire from the Katyusha. So far, the Katyusha is not doing amazing work there for Rutra. And the third mechanized, it is not doing. Oh well, that was better. Almost took out the entire unit there. Using the T7 to spot ahead for the HE5 as well. Very good work. Gonna make it harder there for Hans to creep up with anything. In the west, Nosliw continues to fight out here as Jürgen launches a small limited counterattack. Can Nosliw deal with this? The Sturmpanzer is an ever-present threat there, and Nosliw is just still stalling for ISU. There we go. Total collapse in the north, thanks to the Sturmpanzer. Red Army is very much in the defensive now against Helpinghans and Jürgen. Lacking the firepower to really sort of deal with all of this. Heavy Panzer caught up. Still, I mean, he can soon go for a Panther if he wants to. In theory, he could just commit to more Sturmpanzers. Jürgen popping in some air recons, trying to figure out what the ration's up to. Very nice idea. Whoa, that's a huge aggressive flank here from Nosliw. Pretty risky as well. Damaging the engine here. Trying to quickly move faster here than Jürgen can react. Who's by floating a lot of manpower. You should not be doing that, I'd say, at this stage. And then go taking advantage of this and make a push here as well. Nice work there by Nosliw and Rutra. Working together. But now Jürgen is counter-attacking here, and Nosliv's going to have to divert his attention ever so loud. Rutra is making an advance here, which is good. Katyusha firing again. This time getting some more damage, but is enough? Is it sufficient? Almost wiping the MG42, but still not quite able to finish it off. In the center here, Nosliv's position is being overrun. Nice counter-attack there by Jürgen. Field gun cleared out by the Grenadiers. Back to risking a wipe there if they're not careful. Mortify, they're taking out most of Rutra's engineers. And Helpinghans is going for the Panther, and so is Jürgen. Quite a threat there. Nosliw is not too far from the ISU now. He's got the fuel. He's almost got the command points. There's still 2.5 to go, and he's almost got the manpower as well. So it's going to be tricky to keep stalling like this. As it is, I think giving the Germans quite an advantage. Of course, the counter argument is the ISU is going to be sufficient enough to swing the game around aggressively for the ration. Let's see how that works out for them. Use the Sturmpanzer to the bombard and take out Rutra's mortar. Nice work there by Helpinghans. Great use of the ability. They should fire, trying to engage beside Miss. Grenadiers flanking up again. In this case, the Jaeger command squad. Panther over to back up Hans and his advance. Oh, cancelling the Panther for that. Jaeger no sticks to it. And we got a bombing flying in for Rutra on the Pack 40. Note the way it's calling in, very good. Increases the chance of it getting away. Zed gets the Jaeger command squad though. Which I guess isn't half bad, but I imagine Russia's still going to be a bit disappointed. Hans quickly replaces the losses. Sneaking push into the west, quickly repulsed there by one of Jürgen's machine guns. Found then the issue fire from the Panther by the issue 5. Nice work. Field guns backing out. And we got the Rutra now going for Gassman as well. So I imagine there will be a lot of Gassman by the end of this match when that happens. Going to be fighting going on in the eastern victory points to secure once more by the Red Army, but the Germans are keen to reclaim it for the fatherland. Ooh, aircraft was close to crashing into the Jaeger command squad. That would have been a bit unfortunate there for Helpinghans. Panzer getting reasonably close to do some damage. Can it land it though? There we go. Field and crew wiped out, obliterated. Nice strike. And we got the first ISU out there. That is Nosliw. Calling in the Svedo boy. That's going to be a bit of a interesting challenge there, I think, for Helpinghans. And Jürgen, how do they handle this massive armored beast of socialism? Sturmpanzer being flanked by double field guns, using the ambush ability. Oh, that's amazing. That's a rarely utilised ability, I think, for surprise when they do have it. It's a nice work there, I think, by Nosliw. Nice work. Got the ISU moving ahead here, ready to obliterate fascist positions. Switching out to explosive rounds. Got cleared out any of the German spawns. There you go, Katyusha fires well on the machine gun. Ace, by the way. Hans probably should retreat at this stage before it gets utterly annihilated by all these rockets. And the ISU should be ready to fire its 152mm high explosive shells. Keeping very close eye there to ensure it is covered properly and doesn't get, say, rushed or destroyed too easily there by the Germans. Very important. ISU shoots doesn't quite do any serious damage, so does some. Panther does the find a field gun. Aircraft shot down by the ISU. There you go, shoots. Almost does something there, but house strucks off at least most of it, protecting the pioneers inside. Few casualties there, field and wiped out. There, guys, shoots again, not quite landing again. Closer here for Nosliw, but sadly, fortune does not quite seem to favour him as of yet. There we go. Almost wiping out the entire Grenadier squad. Better, much better. Obviously, less good there for Jürgen. Who's still punching this moving head. He lost one and replaced it. As for Hans, he might want to call in a Panther soon as well to bag up here against the ISU of 152. But the ISU, I think, is causing Helpinghans and Jürgen to be a bit more cautious, since the ISU can do a lot of damage to them if they're not careful. Hans, there we go, committing to the Panther now. Now the question is, can Rutra then get away with stalling for the ISU, because that's exactly what it looks like he's doing. And of course, Nosliw needs to take up after that tech to ensure the ISU fire's not, or ISU's not going to fire its own. There we go, halfway going to be a squad gone. He's going to rush it into the Panzerfaust. And we got air support going behind. Grenadiers that are wiped. The Stuka Kanonenvogel inbound. Das ist the ugly bastard. I'm going to take... Ah, shit, I missed most of it. Don't worry, man, I missed it as well. Scheiße. What a complete waste of munitions. So that was a bit unfortunate there for Helpinghans. Half turn on there for Nosliw. As soon as he sees the aircraft, he knows what he needs to do. He calls in the half turn. There's going to upgrade to keep the skies clear of any fascists, ensure those ISU's not going to get knocked out by something like that. There we go, Panther riding for Helpinghans. Panther pulling up, they're trying to take out that ISU. Figure into flank ambush mode on the flank of the Panther, using the half track to block. Nice play there by Nosliw, very nice play, forcing Jürgen to fall back. And looks like even the half track survives that, so really good there for the Russians. Really great stuff here. Panthers falling back, heavily damaged engine. In the centre, we got victory point secured there after some heavy hand-to-hand fighting. Maximum crew obliterated by Panzer by a strike there by Jürgen. Aircraft shot down again, pushed through the centre of the Gaspin and everything else. Got the jump popping up the flank straight into the double field guns, popping there in ambushes. Still found the maximum there. Sturmpanzer almost down. intense and vicious fighting field, and crews being cleared out there by Jurgen's Grenadiers in the east. Victory point there being brutally fought over. ISU could do with some extra repairs there. Some more engineers. I think they're a great choice here for Nosliw. Rutra is getting closer to the ISU himself. Mortar there being pushed back. Panther once more trying to get out of there. Nice work by Jurgen, I guess, in not getting immediately destroyed. Some players would have done that. Ooh. On the other hand, he struggles in keeping his Sturmpanzers alive, though. That's certainly something he needs to be working on there. So yeah, smouldering hulk of steel there. Jurgen just going for another one. He believes that at some point he's not going to lose them. Hans, meanwhile, commits a second Panzerwerfer. There we go. ISU more or less down there. Took ages to get him. He has gone for more engineers, but a bit late to the party. And a wipe that Panzer barrage immediately obliterates Noslyw's crew there beyond recognition. I think that's Petrov. No, it's Boris. How can you tell? It's no. Somehow it stayed there. Another Sturmpanzer. That's the third Sturmpanzer for Jurgen, by the way. Third Sturmpanzer. Aircraft shut down again. Pack 40 is hanging back. Russians only on to the 2 victory points. Nothing really happening here in the west. Sneak attack there. I think with some infantry and vehicles could probably clear that fast. Nosliw still not taking up. Maybe another half-tech just rush up to infantry fast. Oh well, machine gun even steal it. There we go. ISU's back in action. 11 kills. Blasting the fascists apart. No mercy shown. No quarter given. Nosliw responds immediately with a ruthless Panzerwerfer barrage. He's moving up the air command squad. They're trying to grab the point. Wild camouflage. Nice play there by Hans. Bombing strike in here from Rutra. Oh, straight on the pack 40. Crank. Around. Ooh. And gets obliterating one of Hans's anti-tank with only 1 to go. Nice strike there by Rutra. Very nice strike. Rutra very closer to the ISU. He's got the fuel. He just needs the manpower. At which stage there will be 2 ISU 152s on the battlefield. That's going to be absolutely bananas. Sturmpanzer under fire there from the ISU and the H-85. Panther moves up though to draw attention. Thankfully the ISU was firing high explosive rounds, not armor piercing rounds. Otherwise the Sturmpanzer would not been doing too well. Pat just remains here hidden away. Air reconnaissance in. We got Hans to break with the load ability as well if necessary. He's also built a munitions cache. In fact, Jurgen has built 2 fuel caches, but now 1 munitions cache. The Russians yet to replace any of the caches they lost. Rutra though is about to hit the ISU 152, and there we go. So that is 2 heavy assault guns now on the Russian side. Max and they're fighting against the Germans in the centre, being overwhelmed steadily. ISU there with 14 kills. Howard's out now for Jurgen. He's going on the way there. Interesting. Rutra's ISU is there being hauled forward, advancing as fast as its jets can take this massive hulk of steel. Air support called in against the ISU. Half-tech is nearby to help counter it. Very good. Probably flying arm. Dismantles all these Panthers. There we go. Aircraft inbound, but there you go. Immediately shot down by the half-track. He's both Stukas kaput, leaving Hans's air force support there nullified. Any future assaults that's going to acquire that's going to have to take out the half-track first somehow. Otherwise the air support's going to go nowhere. Second Panther for Helpinghans though. That is going to be 2 Panthers, 2 Panzerwerfers, and a flame for a half-track. He's actually kept the life along, that the Sturmpanzer did go down. Out in the 6 versus 348. The Russians are holding on and slowly bleeding out the German army here. Helpinghans' infantry is looking a bit stretched out. Jürgen is looking a bit better, but not a lot better in the infantry department. And Noslyw's active builder mechanized armor company in Rutra's base. You rarely get to see that, but here we are. Calling in HU-5 tank destroyer. That's going to be 2 HU-5 tank destroyers and 2 ISUs. And the ISUs are moving to get together using Noslyw's T-sim to spot, and they both miss. Then it is obliterated here by the double ISUs, the double beast killers. And there you go, massive push here from Helpinghans, infantry, Panzerwerfers, flamethrowers, anything just been pushed ahead here. Need to cover that ISU, Rutra, careful. Total support called in here as well on the Russian positions here in the Far East. Very nice work, Panthers falling back, but Hans continues up with the assault with infantry and anti-tank weapons. Need to get some support in here, I think a attempted artillery or bombing strike coming pulled off. There you go, ISU down. Rutra there, I think, made some mistakes. I probably should have pulled the HU-5 away there so we could actually move the ISU through there instead here. That was a definite mistake by Rutra, cost him his ISU. But Nosliw still has his and is closing in eventually 2 moving forward with that one to deal with the fascists. Garston flank, covering the flank there. Panther moving forward here, straight up shot and bounces. He needs armor piercing rounds. Panther taking hit shot from the HU-5 though and gets marked as well and goes down as it hits a mine. Helpinghans is down to just 1 Panther again. HU-5 there, ace level by getting flanked by the Jaeger command squad. T-sim prank protect. Chaos and pandemonium reigns. ISU turns about there, shoots the pack, misses. Bombing strike could be called in. Hans sending in his 2nd Panther. Whoops. Closing eventually to the ISU. Very close. Fighting for the center, Garsman holding the ground no matter the cost. Backed up by more Garsman. We're a bit more flexible about holding the ground. Panther of the barrage down, but the ISU continues. 17 killed, 19 kills, wipes the pack crew. HU-5 moves ahead, shoots, and there you go. Penetrates the Panther's frontal armor. Bad news for Hans. Some heavy loss inflicted. There you go, ISU shoots. 21 kills, super close to veteran 2. Rutra, I think, is trying to save up for another ISU-152. That's going to be expensive, and also means he can't replace some of the losses he suffered. Punch over here, if spotted by the ISU, could go down, but it looks like it gets away. Stealing the pack 40, I think, is a good decision by Nosliw. Howitzer with 2 kills. As it bombards the Bolsheviks. Digging in sandbags there, nice work by Rutra, very nice. Makes it easy to defend. HU-5 the ace being repaired. Another Panther on the way for Jürgen. And Hans going for another Panther as well. So that's going to be 4 Panthers here. That'll certainly be a bit of a challenge there for the Russians to deal with. A few mines and such could be great, and I still think like trying to pressure here as well would be good. You know, threatening the fuel, but more importantly, threatening the victory point, I think would be reasonably good for the Russians. Air recons out here from Jürgen will likely encounter the half track and encounter a Grizzly de Mars, and there you go, just shot down as well. Wow, actually hitting the exact same spot, and another aircraft apparently crashed into. That's kind of impressive. Panther barrage off, 2nd Panther almost done there for Jürgen, except, there we go. So that's 4 Panthers total now here for the Speerverbande von Saaken versus the 3rd Mechanized Corps. There you go, ISU 152 hits, especially 2. Pack 4 there, man, the Sturmpanzer, be careful for that. And here the gun is first being obliterated by the now more veteran ISU. If it hits, that is. In East, Hansen setting up there for an assault, but seems to be possibly backing off just a bit. 26 kills there. 85 number 2 on the way for Nosliw. Lots of tanks for us to withstand the armoured fist of the fatherland. Panthers and Sturmpanzers there being blasted by Rutra and Nosliw. Panthers moving up the flank. ISU covers, 85 as well. The T-Sun of course just spots all along. Ooh, Noslew's Panther there spotted. Oh, ISU have spotted by the Panther. There you go, gets a return hit. Panthers moving forwards. Back here, healing reinforcing going for Nosliw. Same for Rutra. There we go, Panthers flanking up. Nice work there by Jürgen. Got pack forward there. Can Nosliw and Rutra react fast? Now there you go. Hard taking up here to attack from the other side. Catching H5 in an absolutely horrific position. After getting pushed back as well here. You could see the total loss here of the H5 ace. That would be great for the Germans as the H5 is a massive pain in the arse. Pack forward, the other H5 turning around here, but that H5 is going to go down. Panther taking heavy damage, almost being knocked out. And there you go, Panther down. Other Panthers moving forwards here, clearing out any rations in the way. H5 there, firing back. Field guns moving up as well. Panther taking heavy damage. That was some intense work, but nicely done there by Jürgen, Helpinghans. Some nice teamwork there. More H5 for that, plus a replacement half-tech for Nosliw. The previous one there got knocked out by the Panthers. Panzer levels unleashing hell here. 272 was on 6 points. Trying to snuff out as many rations as possible. Here in the centre, heavy push there. Pack forward recruit. Gasping, conscripts, rushing forwards through the fire, through the fury. Sturmpanzer blasting away, gaining veterans in 1. The experience to shatter more Russians from slightly farther away. To the fire raining down as well to, I think, break up the assault here. Sturmpanzer heavily damaged. ISU continues up there halfway to veterans to flee. Panzerwerfers there obliterate Noslew's guardsmen, shattering them and the very ground they stood upon. A hell of a Panzerwerfer strike there from Helpinghans, shattering a large part there of well, Nosliw and Rutra's force. I think it's Rutra in this case, who's barely got anything left. He's stalling for the ISU, and the ISU is so expensive they're doing it at this stage means he's putting his entire economy on hold. It is huge. Now, he's actually honestly really dangerous, and I really don't think he should be doing it until he's replacing his other losses. But for now, that is what Rutra is committed to. Half of the edges, back at work, crushing stuff. ISU is getting close. There we go, another push here from the Panthers. Absolutely intense stuff. The is being shattered and shot at. T-70 just firing at them now as well. Panther Nation 5 damaging the engine. And getting flanked here by a Pack 40. Fighting here in the east. 99 points left for the Russians. Second ISU ready here for Rutra. He definitely can't afford to stall for another one, and Nosliw just needs to bring in more stuff as well. He needs more engineers, he needs more infantry. I mean, they all need more infantry, to be honest. Jürgen is probably calling an officer to help with some of his infantry issues, plus of course can work with the artillery and other bits. Nice work there. H5 falling back. ISU down to repairs. He's got 30 near squads up there. Good there for Nosliw. Up north, new German lines. Things are looking a bit more peaceful and quiet. Panthers and other equipment seeing repairs. Staff collapsing. Flamethrower by the way is still alive for Helpinghans. That is impressive. There we go. Another ISU 152. Not often you get to see that many ISU 152s in a single match, but here we are. H5 fixed up, ISU next target. I mean, if you can get to Vetchnify, that would do them a lot of good. Since the high mobility and high accuracy of course are pretty good there. I was grabbing the point. He could call down a smoke screen to make it easier from just, you know, nab it without getting obliterated by the ICUs, and there he goes. Almost take out the entire unit there with a single shot. Nice shooting there by Rutra. Now the field gun there for Rutra as well. He desperately needs infantry. HQ5 takes it there from the HQ5. Fixing up the ICU unit as he carves up the central victory point there. Now he's making a move for Cheesonic could probably spot a bit better fortune now, but there we go. Shoots. Almost takes them out there, but still needs one more shot, I think, to finish off the job. Giving up the ICU wants to expose to the flank there. Rutra needs to be much more mindful of how he uses the ICU, because Hans is going to exploit any opportunity he gets as he is destroyed if he sees Rutra making a mistake with it, like he did, you know, the first time around. And there you go, Panther going forward. Gaining veteran, 2 nice work there. Communication almost being shattered and annihilated. Yeah, command squad flanking up with the consequence in their second Panther on the way there for Helpinghans again. So many Panthers, so many ICUs, so many casualties, so many rockets. Panther there slowly approaching half health, field consuming the camp, but the ICU, there we go. It's almost down. Can he act to protect it here from the Jaeger command squad, which could take it out with another Panther fast? Fields there going for the Panther. Oh, looks like he's able to salvage the ICU. Other ones just watching on the center here. 34 kills. And there we go. We can see all of Noslyw's engineers moving to repair it. Brutus got his engineers on the way as well. Artillery firing down just to make it hard to repair anything. 75 points left for the Russians. Units being annihilated. 40 kills and 30 kills. Hans is an absolute, well, I was about to say virtuoso, but he just lost one here because it was too close. But still, 30 and 40 kills with the Panther was pretty solid work. Panther going for the IGU, need to turn them out there. HQ5 pack 40 to turn out deal with this. Panther taking great hits on the front, but they're moving too fast. Blitzkrieg is inbound here from Jaeger, and he strikes with the fury of 1,000 ranks. The HQ5 are being knocked out, easily overwhelmed here. ISU trying to move in. We got the other ISU that was going to be taken out here as Jurgen strikes deeper and deeper. Like an Ursula's proctologist. Other HQ5 moving in, and we could see Martin just striking too far, too deep against the Russian rear lines. Can he escape with the Panther? He may just. There you go. Rushes through the Russian bases to take a safer path. Nice work. He's going to have to blitzkrieg again, I think, just to make sure he escapes with the Panther there. Rutra calling in replacement guardsman now. Good. Back here, Panthers being repaired. Panther was there, also being repaired. Oh. I briefly saw that as a Panther was like, didn't he just lose one? Mortar abandoned. So much repairing going on, but this Russian can afford the least since they have the least ground to give off. So they have to sort of move ahead, even in poor conditions there. And there you go. Gets the Panther there with the now ace ISU 152. We do not see those very often. Certainly spectacular stuff there. Now the question Paul's house gets away with it, but somehow manages it, I guess. Shot bounce. Very lucky there for Nosliw. Other ISU moving up there. 8 kills. 37 points left for the Russians. Still not much happening over here. Feel like there's an oversight there. Mortar about to get knocked out. Penalties almost annihilated there by the double ISUs. 33 points left for the Russians. Aircraft taken out of the skies. HQ5s and ISUs just charging forwards. Pack 40 firing away there. More Panther fire here. And all of the bunched up engineers. Oh no, that is horrific, since they still need to repair the stuff. Now Noslyw's down to just one engineer squad. Same with Rutra. And the ISU is going to be really difficult to repair now. Pack 40 about to get knocked with the T-70. ISU finding away here. Garston about to get knocked out. Sturmpanzer eventually too. 23. It looks like it's falling a bit apart here for the Red Army. They are desperately trying to do anything, but they keep making these mistakes, which makes it easy for Hans to punish them. Now the Panther on the way there for Helpinghans. Jurgen's got enough with 2. 3 would probably be a bit overkill. Plus, he's actually a full pop cap. So, even if he wanted more Panthers, even if every fibre of Jürgen's body screamed for Panthers, he could not get more. Panthers are a great hit here. As the HFR moves ahead. Some managed to stop their 14. Damn close for the Russians, for the Red Army. Spare for Banda von Sakana remains in place, remains vigilant. And this fight is very slowly approaching the 1 hour mark by the looks of it. An absolutely insane match. 39 kills there, nice work. Airstrike called in here. Hans sent in the Luftwaffe. Certain there's absolutely nothing that could shoot it down. Or at least not efficiently enough. H5 being caught, and there we go. H5 all taken out by the Kanonenvogeln. And there you go, Panthers following up here in the assault. Blitzing in with the Panther. Straight hits here. Doesn't get it, actually takes up heavy damage on the Panther. Might have been a mistake there by Hans. Artillery fire raining down. Panther with a barrage off, probably to silence the suspected anti-tank in position. There we go. 50 kills in that Panzerwerfer. 50! Absolute madness reigns on this battlefield. Gonna is almost obliterated. Got the Panther moving up here. Another hit there. Half health on that ISU 152. 42 kills. More ISU defies from Nosliw. And the centre here, Jürgen making a slow move for that victory point. Just needs some infantry to pull through with. Maybe a motion from the officers to assist once the officers good to go. Russians are somehow stalling, somehow holding, but how long can they hold? How long can they stall? They need to, I think, do something here differently. I think they have a good chance. They need to bet on the Germans basically cocking up massively. And looks like that's not happening. Going for the centre victory point. Do they have the resource to really make another push here? Can they extend any further? Field now wiped out. Bad news for Rutra and Nosliw. Now they're tanking out there for Hans. Need to pull back that Panther. Would be a shame to throw it away here. They might still need it depending on how things go. Panther moving forward to defend that victory point no matter the cost. Nosliw charging in there knowing it's all or nothing. German infantry holding that point no matter the cost. Pushing out the right flank aggressively. Panthers doing what they can, infantry doing what they can. Engineers being slaughtered ruthlessly. Cut apart. ISU firing in there. ISU fires bombarding. Smoke's controlled by the officers. Increase incoming fire to help them store the point. Down to just one officer now. Down to just one officer. He's standing in the smoke, desperately hoping he doesn't get spotted. And there you go. ISU just attack rounds. Getting the bastard. Sending in the Panther. 4 points left. Panzerwerfer fire there. Oh, doesn't quite stall for long enough. Grenadiers rushing ahead. Can they do it? Yes. Yes. That's going to be it. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Game over. An absolutely crazy match of fight right here on Rails and Metals with heavy casualties for all. Particularly the Russians, but certainly a lot of beatings, a lot of casualties. With some heavy intense fun here going on, some aggression there. I think like the Russians at times got a bit too stuck here, didn't flank enough. And I feel like Nosliw trying to solve for the ISU 152 was a weak move there. He should have pushed for some more armor first. And again, they've been able to control this area much better. Again, just pressured better. I think they had a better chance. But certainly some interesting moves there. And the ISU certainly proved to be quite effective, in particular Nosliw on there. Rutra, I think, struggled controlling his, I think, as efficiently. And rather end up, of course, throwing away the first one there. But still, pretty intense fight here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. If you like we do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the video description. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another episode